Ladies and gentlemen, Buddy Pass Podcasts, episode 27. Like always, brought to you by the Masshole Perspective. Again, check them out if you haven't. They're buzzing right now for the NBA playoffs and anything you imagine in the sports world. Today's episode is a pinkies up type episode. I just want to let everybody know that we are all feeling good on this side of the hemisphere. So I'll snap it over to Brian Aids. How you boys been? We don't really talk anymore. We're not really friends anymore.
We literally haven't talked since last week's episode.
It's kind of nice though. I kind of fucking hate both of you.
I hate you too.
Say something like that.
Good.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I need time off. I need like a month break before we all come back to school, and then I live with the two of you.
Yeah.
So I need like my cooling off period.
I was gonna say I need like a mental break specifically from Raph.
Me and Brett.
Not you. You're fine.
Me and Brett haven't technically lived together. I mean, he was kind of our house pet for a while there.
He was.
But me and Brett haven't lived together before, so we're gonna actually make your life a living fucking hell.
Are you though?
Yes.
I will beat the shit out of.
There is nothing I enjoy more in this plan than instigating you and just pushing your buttons.
Wait, Raph, he might actually beat the shit out of us.
It's 2v1. We go serpentine route, take him out at the knees. I'll bring the bat.
I've put on 20 pounds in the last year, and I have roid rage, so I will beat the bag out of you.
I've put on 21.
Where? Your arms or your gut?
Yeah, I'm actually fortifying my beer belly. So it's just an iron. I'm gonna be like Iron Abs Crabs by the end of this summer.
You're gonna be the Iron Gut.
God.
The Iron Gut.
The Iron Gut.
Oh, yo,
wow.
That's what I'm.
That'd be a nice band name. Nice
Iron Gut.
Hello, everybody. We are the Iron Gut. Thank you for coming out tonight. Merchandise is in the back.
What accent is that?
Yeah, that was like It was a little English, but then there was.
It was like
I barely speak English, so I don't know what you guys expect from my impersonations. But
that's true.
Anyway, what you guys been up to the last week and a half, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks?
I started work last week.
At the
I'm not going to talk about it though, because there's much to talk about.
Yeah, at the museum, nobody gives a fuck. I don't think you even care.
Did you get your hoodie?
Pretty much. No, not yet. I keep forgetting to email my copy of Vaccination. I got to do that. I'll do it right after this.
Vaccination.
But yeah, it's really easy. Wait, what did you say? Vaccination?
Yeah, when you have to show your employers that you got bars and facts. So you show them your vaccination card.
My God.
Bars
facts.
Only the original.
What is it?
No,
so not all bars are facts, but all facts are bars.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, dude, I forgot about that.
Remember how cool
I'm pretty sure. No, I don't know if I just share this. I was gonna say I'm pretty sure the Boys on the Hill episodes are still on Spotify.
Those are like, that's like right now we're like mainstream rappers, but like we have our SoundCloud days still out.
Those
there,
were our SoundCloud days. Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Did you guys?
We've gotten a lot better.
You guys saw Cam. So our buddy Cam put in our group chat. Did you guys see the thing what he said about our podcast about Boys on the Hill? So our very last Boys on the Hill podcast was surviving finals week.
Survival. And that was our last.
We just never did it again.
We literally, we died.
There's somebody on the internet that doesn't think the three of us are still real people because there's no proof telling them otherwise. This is kind of nice though, snapping around a bit to start an episode. I like that.
Oh my God.
I've been really into just bits lately, man. Just like talking in bits and metaphors is how I communicate now.
That's how
what exactly do you mean by like talking in bits?
So like a bit is like when you kind of like get something going, like a little skit, snap around like a joke, and you kind of like when you build off of it type shit, like a comedian. Because I think I'm hilarious.
Yeah.
And in reality, I'm the joke in reality.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, what about you, AIDS? How's the admissions going? Like, you must love them. Are there old people that just love you?
Are there old people that love me?
Because don't
old people.
Don't you work with like, doing tours and shit, and then old people are gonna be there with their kids?
Like parents, you mean?
Yeah, like old people.
I would
probably not that old.
They're like, well, think about
past the age
40s.
Guys, past the age of 30, your life is basically over. That's just a pure hard fact.
So you're telling me that our lives are going to be over in 9 years?
Yeah, good job on the math. Yeah,
I'm still 20.
Child.
I mean, yeah, I usually hit it pretty good with the parents. I don't get a lot of dads on tour, but when I do, we're best buds. We are best buds.
I can see that.
The moms love me too, of course.
Hey,
They ask me a lot
hey.
of questions, which I love.
What's your
Kids
Snapchat?
kids are always the quietest though.
out?
Oh, you look like you work at the Plord. Ooh. Put steroids in your butt. Put steroids in my butt.
No, I'd get fired.
Yeah.
Just like you're trying to talk real sweet nothing to this old woman, and she just reports you.
It's like porn where it's like you're in the real world and you think it's like there's gonna be a cute delivery girl that comes to your door and she's gonna want to come in because you don't have enough money and you guys are just gonna fuck.
I had this bit going with one of my buddies, and we were just like, how funny would it be, like, you know, this is the classic like white male dude type of thing where he says some bar, like something smooth that he thinks, and the immediate thought in his head while the girl's reacting to it is like, oh yeah, coochie wet, like for show, coochie wet. So that's gonna be you chatting up these like elderly women, like, yeah,
You're like halfway through
coochie
my
wet.
tour, like coochie wet.
Coochie wet. Yeah, I don't really do much, to be honest. I saw family this weekend. That was really it.
That's good. July 4th weekend coming up.
Yeah, dude.
Right, this weekend.
I'm gonna be a journeyman this one. I'm just gonna. There's nothing more American than just going on a journey and finding yourself.
Yeah.
I think
I agree with
podcasting is the ultimate American dream story.
Yeah.
You guys want to get to hockey?
Yeah, please.
Yeah.
Nice, fucking right. So well, since we talked, the Canadiens and both series ended, right?
Yeah, both series
Yeah.
were still going
Yeah.
on. I think it was 2-2 on Vegas Montreal series and 3-2 in the Isles Tampa one at the time.
Yes.
So
I want to start with just Montreal because it was really just that one game. Wait, no. Oh,
yeah.
because we recorded
No,
on
yeah, they won the
Tuesday.
next two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Man, what a fucking ride it's been. I mean, by the time we're gonna get to it, but they've already played the first game of the Cup final. But looking at those 3 rounds right now, what a fucking ride it must be for that locker room.
To be like, I mean, they were what, 18th in the league in regular season, and then I saw the other day that in all, like, out of every team to make the Stanley Cup final in the league's history, they have like the lowest regular season win percentage. Or point percentage,
Yeah.
whatever.
Their last like 25, 26 games of the season, they were like 11 and 15. Like they limped into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
I wonder, like, does that just go to show that like record doesn't really matter? I mean, obviously you got to get into the dance, but like anybody can have a Cinderella story in this type of game, or maybe like a team isn't just best based off their record. Like what if that team was just much better than going 11 and 15 and just shit happens?
I think that. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that, like, once the playoffs start, like, it's a whole different season, really.
Well, I just think that like hockey is such a different sport in that regard because it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter the type of team you have. Doesn't matter how you do in the regular season. Like, oh fuck, you know what? I just lost everything I was gonna say.
Hey, you know what, man? It's okay. It's not about the mistakes you make. It's how you recover from them. Idiot. Just going off of that too, just like one dude I wanted to point out on that Montreal team, you know, who, yes, when I think of him I laugh because he's funny at this point. But Corey Perry, man, people forget he has a Hart Trophy under his belt, and this is his second year in a row of being in a Cup final with a team that's he's basically on a 1-year ride with.
Both against Tampa.
Both against Tampa, so a little PTSD if you're him, a little PTSD. But it's a 50-goal season, dude. He's on over 100 points in this league. Like, it just goes to show too, just like the types of guys you need to win, like him. You know, the Andersons, Philip Denault. Just these gamers that get these guys so far without having to, you know, they don't need to put up 100 points. They don't need to put up 90,
Yeah.
80, or even 80 points. It's just these guys that just buy in and they play hockey the right way. And I think there's a difference between getting 100 points in a season and playing hockey the right way.
I mean,
I remember what I was going to say.
Go ahead, before you say that again.
Hockey is a sport. Like, doesn't matter like the type of team you have. It doesn't matter who's on your roster. Like, it's all about when you get hot. And can you stay hot? So obviously Canadians limped into the playoffs 11-15, and I think it was like 4, 11, 15, 7, something like that. Almost didn't even make it, right? And here they are in the cup final, right? Beat Toronto, which was arguably one of the best teams in the league in 7 games, swept Winnipeg, upset the second or third best team in the league, the Golden Knights. And here they are. They put up a hell of a fucking fight last night, at least in the first half of the game, I thought. So that's what I think. I was talking to my roommate here at school about it last night. Like, hockey is such a weird sport because it's not about like the team that you have. It's just like when you get hot. When does everybody click? And Montreal, the second they got into the playoffs, everybody clicked. And everyone's on the same level right now. And they continue to elevate together too. That's another thing that I've noticed is like that team just each series they look even better. They find a new level, and that's why they're so much fun to watch. Because you look at that team, and there's no one like super exciting. That's not a team you'd expect to be in the cup final. But every series they find a new level of game, and everybody makes that shift, which I think is kind of cool. So there we go. I got it. That felt really good.
Recovery.
It is about the recovery. But I was just gonna say. I was going to say about Corey Perry, Raph, you obviously talked about him, and like, obviously he's not, your Hart Trophy for field scorer like he was years ago. But I mean, he plays that fourth line as him, Stahl, and it's usually Armia, right?
Yeah.
With them, who did not play in game 1.
He'll be back for 2 though.
He will be back for 2. Yeah. He flew down yesterday, but didn't make it for the game or something.
PJ.
Little PJ action. But I mean, I'm not saying last night's game would have been a win for the Habs if he was there, but that fourth line, I think, is very good. And when they get going, especially those veteran guys like Perry and Stahl, it's a whole different game too for the Canadians. Like, I mean, you see it was like towards the end of the night series, like Perry's out there like assisting goals to Caulfield in like 2-on-1s. And it's like,
it's a very underrated line.
If you told me a year ago that Perry was going to assist Caulfield goal in the semifinals, I think you're insane.
Yeah.
Like,
I'd say in what year?
Yeah.
Go ahead. There's a lot of, just as we're talking about this team, this kind of just dawned on me too. How many guys have a fucking story on this team? Jeff Petrie, Edmonton Oiler, didn't work out there for him. Basically, they didn't really treat him the right way. Then you got a guy like Suzuki, traded from the team that drafted him, just, for a guy like Patches. Anderson, 30-goal scorer, gets hurt, then he gets dumped. Just a bunch of stories like Corey Perry, like we just talked about. Cole Caulfield, another, just a story after story on this team, and they kind of just make it all about the team. That story for them now is just the team and this run they've made, and this, like we've all reiterated multiple times, is like just how unreal this whole ride has been. But I think we also got to flip it over to a little bit to that Vegas team.
I do just want to say real quick, Stahl too, because you were just talking about some players like their stories. Stahl spending the first half of the season in Buffalo, probably depressed, and now he's in the Stanley Cup final. Like
wow. Good
for him.
Shea Weber too, that blockbuster. It's just story after story.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows? Maybe I'll get picked up by them next year for a story. They give the local idiot a chance.
So, fun fact, I was actually giving a tour, I think it was towards the end of last week. And I saw Gilly Boy, another one of our
generate friends.
He was working at Plord, so I was walking by him. And we had talked the night before about like the Vegas Montreal series and how I wanted Montreal to win in 6. He wanted Vegas to win in 7, blah, blah, blah. So that next day I walked in and we were talking. He was like, "Hey, your Canadians won last night." I was like, "Yep." So we walked back outside and I had a big group. And I could tell I had hockey players in the group, but no one said anything to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I was like, hey, just full disclosure, I'm a diehard Bruins fan, but I have to root for the Habs now that the Bruins are gone. Like I had to explain the whole thing because
Yeah.
like obviously we're all Bruins fans and it's weird to root for the Canadiens, but
Mhm.
that rivalry has been different the last 5, 6, 7 years. It's not like what it used to be. And so I felt the need to explain myself, and that was my
Yeah.
fun. That was a fun
Hey,
story that I
You
had.
know what? Don't cry because it's over. Smile because it happened. And that
Exactly.
we have more
Look at
cups than
you
them in the
today.
last 100 years.
That's true.
That was probably the most positive thing you've ever said.
Probably.
Damn. Yeah, but also just going forth on the Vegas Golden Knights. I mean, absolutely crazy how the league handed them this team, and just how great they are too. I mean, honestly, I can't really pinpoint. I think they just ran into a team that was just hotter than they were, way more sexy, way more attractive. But there's a lot of hope looking good there. You know, like those guys that they have, like the Nicholas Waugh, the Higgs, like those depth guys. They have a lot of good pieces. Stevenson, again, a guy that somehow is a fucking first line forward. Not on paper, but you see him
Yeah.
play and you're like, that guy plays the first line forward spot.
I
very
mean,
well.
Well, it
There's
helps
a
when you're
lot of
playing with
talk.
Stone and stuff.
Yeah.
There's a lot of talk about Vegas being in the mix for Eichel. So
And I
Oh,
heard they
God.
have the pieces, but I don't really understand that. What like
well, see, I also see a lot of things about them maybe moving Fleury too. Like
but would
getting rid of him.
Buffalo want?
No, I'm not.
Fleury?
I'm not saying in that trade,
Oh, okay.
but just
Okay.
at some point.
Yeah,
the
I don't.
offseason.
I just don't know what they could give up without breaking up that core. I guess you could. You know what I mean?
Stevenson.
Yeah,
But like,
I think they.
he's
they
a
need
first
to
line
get it.
forward there, but like in
No,
Buffalo,
I know.
Whoa.
they want prospects, and like they don't have their Suzuki or Brandstrom, like really good prospects
Yeah.
anymore. I mean, maybe they got some more in the pool that I don't know about, but I can't.
I
think of
don't. I
anything
don't
right
think
now.
Vegas ends up with Eichel personally.
Glass?
I've seen plenty of.
Could they give Cody Glass? Maybe Cody Glass and like patches, a first. I still don't even think that's enough though.
Can I disrespect Pacioretty like that?
Eichel?
I don't know.
Are you talking about for Eichel?
For Eichel, I mean Cody Glass.
If I'm the Knights, I'm only bringing in Eichel if he can play with like Pacioretty or something.
What about Stone though? You still got Stone. You got Hubadoo.
Hubadoo?
You got
Hubadoo.
who?
Oh wait, Marchessault, not Hubadoo.
Yeah. Okay. Wrong
Are you talking-
Jonathan. Wrong Jonathan.
Hubadoo. Doobie.
Doobie doobie doo.
All right. I mean, should we flip it over to that last two games now of the Islanders and Tampa Bay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
What an overtime goal.
yeah, the Beauvillier one
Mhm.
for Game 6.
You pronounced that
Um,
flawlessly.
It's just Beauvillier.
Hey, dude,
Yeah,
never
but just
mind.
the way it
Fuck you.
rolls off the tongue.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm French, so
You're a French. The only thing French you are is French baguette. You fucking pussy. A lot of people like the Johnny 2-seed chirp. and
Yeah.
Johnny walk in the park. A lot of people like that chirp. So I'll get my one chirp in for you every episode. I'm just gonna chirp you till we're famous. I'm just gonna do that. I'm sorry.
Merch idea. Just Brett's head on a loaf of bread.
The merch is just gonna be everything Raph has said to bully me.
Yeah. Oh,
But hey, that
it's gonna be an oversized shirt.
that shit would sell. I would buy an oversized one.
Johnny
Just
2-seed.
said everything. Instead of, you know how like Gucci has like the Gucci symbols all over their shirts, or like the champion ones.
Yeah.
It's gonna be like that. Just,
With what? Like, what's the little thing gonna be? Like,
Did you see Lucci? Lucci,
Yes, dude.
His Lucci shirt.
yeah,
It's
like
so
Gucci.
fucking funny.
Dude.
oh my god.
I want to have that much money where I can just rebrand a name in favor of my name. Oh wait, I already have a brand named after me. Raph Simmons.
Oh, Raph Simmons.
But it's only one F, and you spell Raph with two Fs.
Raph.
Fake.
Raph.
I can't believe you put my fucking foot on the Instagram thing today. That's so, dude. Dan Schneider is going to be all over that.
Oh
If I
no.
get a
You were-
call from Nickelodeon,
I was
I'm
just gonna say you were
bullshit.
gonna get a flood of emails from Nickelodeon trying to get
Dan?
you on the next big Nickelodeon show.
Hey Chris, this is Dan Schneider,
Hi, Mr.
talent
Schneider.
agency. I saw your Buddy Pass video today, and I would like to see if you want to come to Nickelodeon. Oh, the one with the feet in it, Dan. I bet you'd like that, feet boy. Stinky socks.
See you later, Stinky.
Yeah, instead of tea bags, Dan Schneider just put stinky socks in his tea.
Oh,
Just
I
dips
was-
them in.
I was debating between the foot one or like your little
Oh,
like
that was
ninja
swooping.
one.
That
No,
one
no,
was
the one you
cool.
the one, yeah. Maybe I'll put that one up too.
wait, what
No,
was
you
it?
get one.
Where like like his screen was obviously all black, and then he just came up with his hands and he was like, "Choo, choo, choo, choo."
Oh,
Oh,
that's
what is it?
right. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah.
that.
Yeah. Why do my fingers move like that?
I know, dude. I can't like do
I
that.
can't
What
do
the-
that.
Wait, what?
Ask a girl.
All
Dude,
I
right.
knew
honestly,
that was
dude,
coming at some
I've had like
point.
2.5 coffees today. I'm just
He's
buzzing.
bouncing off the fucking.
What happened to the half of the third one?
No, you don't want to know.
walls.
You know how AIDS
Probably
put
just
steroids in
saying
his
it.
ass? Yeah, go from there. Connect the dots from there.
Do you inject it or
Um,
pour it in?
I funnel it. I funnel it like a butt chug.
Fuck.
Yoff yug. But yeah, so
What?
just
on earth
what
are we talking about?
I'm really disappointed for the Island. To be honest, like I would have loved to see that Islanders team just because how much they bought in. Like I saw Matt Barzal's interview after the game where he's breaking down, basically just thinking about, and you can just tell how close that locker room is. I mean, yeah, Tampa's is probably close, but they don't really. I don't like their story as much as I like Montreal's, the Islanders, or even the Vegas Golden Knights story. I fucking hate Tampa. They've gotten as close to cheating as legally possible, and it just broke my heart. I mean, especially at Game 7, a 1-0 game with a shorty is the only goal. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Give
Yeah,
me-
I
give me a
forgot
million
about that
goals.
detail right there, but
Yeah, your point about Barzal's presser after the game, like he was crying not because like he's sad
Himself.
that they didn't get an opportunity. Like he was talking about Andy Green, who's
Yeah.
and
fucking
Bailey.
ancient, Bailey, who's ancient. Like these older
Josh,
guys.
how old is Josh Bailey?
He's gotta be
Yeah.
mid 30s.
See, I didn't
Oh,
think
okay.
he was like really. I thought he was maybe like 29, but then I saw that press
Well-
interview and I was like, oh.
Or maybe he's just banged up. Maybe
Well,
he doesn't have a renewed
I
contract.
mean, he's been with the
I don't
Isles
know.
his whole career, right?
I think he was
maybe
he was in the A though forever. Then
because
and then he woke up one day and said, "I want to be 60-point man," and he's done it.
'Cause
Kind
I
of like
know-
Marshawn.
I know guys like Casey Cizikas, like he's been with the Islanders his whole career, like 10, 11 seasons.
Yeah, Matt Martin. Is he homegrown?
Yeah.
Is he homegrown from the
so.
cannabis farm?
Anyway, Bailey is 31. Josh Bailey.
Oh, it's not even that old. Matt, fuck you, Matt. Stop crying. Doesn't he spell it with one T too?
No,
Yeah. Yeah, no. Matt Barzell is 1T. And
That's
like
why we didn't draft
the
him.
Matthew
Stupid
is
Canadian.
Matthew is MAT like HEU, obviously. Also only with 1T.
That's weird.
Which is
That's
weird.
why we didn't draft him in
Well, like-
2015.
I wonder what the reason behind that is. It's gotta be
Well, I think it's because he has one less brain cell than everybody in any given room that he's in, so that's why he only gets one T, not two.
But he plays hockey really well.
Oh yeah, fuck. Maybe I should spell my name with just
but yeah,
no
one
R. Yeah,
Oh,
one F.
Bailey
Oh, just AF.
Quee.
Bailey's been with the Islanders since 08 every season.
2000
Throwing that in there.
or 19.
18.
He was posted with Christopher Columbus.
Oh my god.
No, so to like, I was confident in the Islanders going into 7 there, but it's it's fucking Tampa. It's Tampa. You can't bet against them, and I do agree though. I don't like Tampa's story at all. Tampa is
Yeah.
like they've earned it in the sense that they're all really good and they all work hard, but they don't have like they don't play for old. They don't have old guys on their team. First of all,
Yeah.
they
And
didn't
they
come.
didn't go through like a struggle.
No,
like-
they've always been good.
Yeah.
This
Besides,
is the
like-
third
At least the
third
last few
Stanley
years.
Cup final
Si-
appearance in the last 7 years. Like
Since the Columbus sweep a couple of years ago.
Yeah, but like
It's
that's
been all
one thing. Like
yeah.
You
No, I'm
know,
just saying, but like since then they've just been like, I mean,
between that and
obviously,
Steven Stamkos breaking his leg 300 times, they have no
yeah.
story.
And then Kucherov blew out his hip like 52 times.
Yeah, but every time it was right before the season started, and then he got back for the playoffs.
Yeah. And
52 times in a row.
I think every time it happened to the league actually gifted Tampa $100 million in cap.
Yeah,
Each time it happened.
It's kind of like a really weird game of Monopoly.
But they have a monopoly.
Tampa is the team that like is like the banker and like keeps the money and just like steals a little like every round.
That's what I do.
They're that little scumbag.
Don't play board games with me. I will cheat.
I can see that.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. But I mean, what a fight though in that game 6. And I mean, honestly too, like that turnover perfectly read by him, and then just snaps it too. Well, that's a small area to win a game in.
Yeah.
And then game 7, like we said, I mean, there's nothing really to talk about in that game because there's the shorthanded goal by Jonathan Gord. Yanni's short for Jonathan, right?
I think so.
Or is it Jonathan?
Oh, it's.
I
I'm gonna
forget
name
which
my
one.
kid.
It's Jonathan. His sister is Jonathan.
Oh, she sounds kind of. She sounds exotic.
going.
Anyways, but yeah. So I mean, just a boring game, and I mean, you just kind of have this feeling. As much as you hate Tampa, you know that team is just a championship team and knows how to win these games. They're not gonna like beat you in 5 or sweep you, but they will win a series.
And then there was the Vasilevsky stat too.
Yeah.
Last 4 series clinching games, he's shut out.
That's so stupid.
It was the cup final last year, and then these first 3 rounds this year, he had a shutout in all the series clinching games. I might have accidentally just said cup clinching. I meant series clinching.
No, I think you
there you
said
go.
series.
Oh, I mean, okay. I don't know
There
why
you
I thought
go.
I fucked up, but
If not, just
down
cut it out
myself
to make
here.
yourself look better.
I'll just leave it in. I really don't care.
Raw.
But yeah, so I mean, want to just get to game 1 then of the cup final?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay is up 1-0 on the Montreal Canadiens, and 5-1. I thought it was 5-1.
It was.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Oh, I thought you said 5-0.
But I mean, it was, I believe after the second period, it was 2-1, right? Wasn't it still 2-1? So, I mean, Canadians were hanging in there for the first couple periods.
Yeah.
And then obviously just except for the third. But I mean, even in those first couple periods, dude, like there was no doubt really after the Tampa scored that first goal. I was like, they're going to win this game. Like they just had the Canadians by the neck. I felt like
it didn't seem like the Canadians were like locked in for as long as they needed to be. Like, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like how the Bruins lost their series, is where like they've been going runs when they're playing really well, but the runs they went on when they were being dominated they were going on for way too long.
I kind of agree with that. Like the second half of the game, I think it definitely like started to slide a little bit, but in that first half of the game, I didn't think they generated much. The whole game, they didn't really generate much. They had trouble kind of establishing time in the offensive zone, but I thought they were doing everything that they can.
Yeah.
Right. Because think about like I was watching that team and like they were winning puck battles. Like they were hammering Tampa Bay guys, but it's Tampa Bay. Yeah. They were doing everything I think they possibly could have in the first half of that game. And they got everything they could have. It's just like the way that Tampa is, they are a fucking machine. Like they don't stop. I don't care like how hard you play them. They're going to outplay you. So I think Montreal's got to weather the storm in Tampa in game 1 and game 2. If you can steal game 2, fucking do it. But I don't think that you're going to win in Tampa at least these first 2 games. It's a learning, like playing in Tampa is kind of like a learning experience. You got to figure out how to do it. Do you have what?
Did you use the term? Did you use the term "weather the storm" because they're the Lightning?
No, but yeah, I did. You can cut that "no" out, so I sound cool now.
Raph is pissed that I just said that.
I'm so fucking mad.
I know he is.
But no, like talking about not generating much, I was just gonna throw in they only had 19 shots.
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
Canadiens.
And like, but they had good chances, but it just like
Yeah.
they just couldn't generate
And-
everything. Like they
And
couldn't
their
do
one
much.
goal was a shot by Ben Sherratt from the
Yeah.
point.
Oh,
And that was fire. And it
Plus
went off
five.
2 Tampa guys.
Yeah.
before
Yeah.
going in. So
But
it's like,
those
For his
are the
career,
goals.
too.
As Montreal, like you take those shitty goals.
yeah,
This
you take
entire, I
those
don't
any
care.
day.
I don't care how you score. You need to
That's how you
score.
might
I'm
score
shooting.
most of them.
I'm aiming for
Like-
Kucherov and Stammer's head.
Oh,
Yeah.
If I'm at the
jaws.
Pretty
point,
much.
sorry, I wrote up, man.
Because I mean, that's also like, even when you look all the way down to Vasilevsky, that's one of the few ways you're going to get it by him with a shot like that, is if it's going to bounce off a guy or two
Mhm.
and get completely redirected. That's one of the few ways you can beat him. So
The other stat though, so in the last 3 cup finals, the team that loses game 1 has won the cup. Boston beat St. Louis in game 1. No, I'm sorry. Vegas beat Washington in game 1. Boston beat St. Louis in game 1, and Dallas beat Tampa in game 1. And the other team has won the series. So if you're superstitious at all, Montreal's going to win the series, but not gonna
and
win.
specifically last year, Tampa won in 5, right? They dropped that first game and
6.
then won 4. Oh, it was 6?
Yeah, it was 6.
Oh shit, I was thinking it was 5.
I
Never
think
mind.
you guys perfectly put that entire first game. There's just one last thing I want to add is because you brought up the high danger chances and shots, and I just wanted to say one guy that I think does that. Or Brett, did you do that? Yeah, I forget which one of you was talking about it, but Nick Suzuki, man, and the high danger shots and chances. I just think that like we were talking about, the high danger chances are so important. We don't want to just be shooting from the outside all day. I think for a smaller dude too, relatively, he's going to get in those areas. Not kind of like a Braden Point, but not quite as good, because Pointer is a god in the playoffs. But
Not yet, at least.
not yet, exactly. Yeah, good way to put it. I think the sky's the limit for this kid. I could see him being an 80-point guy, and I think I even said that back when the Habs weren't breaking my heart in the regular season. But yeah, just wanted to give him a little shutty and keep the chances dangerous. That's all, man.
Someone I want to talk about Caulfield too for the Canadiens. I've liked his game for pretty much the entire playoffs that he's been in the lineup. But last night, I don't know if you guys would agree with me at all. I wasn't crazy about his game last night. I don't know if it was like just the nerves just of being in your first cup final appearance at, he's 20 years old,
I
right?
thought he was 12.
Fucking looks it. But no, he didn't look like he was confident in the decisions he was making. He looked like he took a bunch of shots, but they all got blocked. Like his shot selection wasn't great. I thought he kind of held the puck for a little bit too long in some situations. So again, I think that might just be nerves. And that's why I think in these first 2 games, like obviously Montreal's not played a team as good as Tampa, and it's kind of a feeling out process, especially when you're in the Sunshine State. But I just wanted to bring him up, and I'm not necessarily concerned about his game at all. I think he'll kind of fall into his rhythm again. But I just thought he was thinking too much. I thought he looked a little nervous with the decisions he was making.
I was gonna say, you mentioned it too, but I think a lot of it is probably just due to his first time playing a team like that that has Kucherov, Point, Stamkos, Hedman. You go down the whole list. So I think a lot of it's due to that. I hope it is. Pretty confident it is, and I think he'll settle in. If not game 2, then hopefully by game 3. But yeah, I'm not worried about him either.
Price
Fine.
looked unbelievable, as he does.
Per usual.
Yeah.
All right. Well, excited for game dose, and that about wraps up game 1. But I think we got a little bit of we got 2 signings to talk about today. The first one, whatever, a little notable, is Wayne the Train Simmons re-upped with the Toronto Maple Leafs for 2 years at a hit of $900K AAV.
We saw Spezza re-signed the other day as well for $750.
Oh, yes, he did. He did.
Mm-hmm. That's
I
huge.
I looked
Those
at his
2 guys.
his DB for so long a couple nights ago. And I
That
won't
was
say-
last night.
Oh my god, it was.
That was last night. You texted us. You were like, I
Dude.
just looked at Spezza's DB for 45 minutes.
I just remember he used to be like the most. I just loved him on the Sens, man. He was so good, and Dallas too. Even Dallas, he
Yeah.
was so good. Yeah, I'll pull up his tires.
What was Spezza's cap hit? How much was it for?
I think it was just
700.
750. It was the
Okay.
minimum.
something.
Yeah. I like those signings. I mean, I think
Yeah,
both those guys were good for them. Good for the Leafs this year. They
he
obviously
was their best player in that series. That
Yeah,
series.
Spezza scored some big goals out of nowhere. So great fourth line guys to have. I think that's and when you're only paying them 900 something and like 750 or whatever, just makes it even better. So
I love how this signing was about Wayne Simmons and we got into Spezza because.
I mean, I'm
Spezza's
talking about
God.
both of them, but
Oh yeah,
but
true,
yeah,
true.
yeah. I mentioned Spezza's goals in the playoffs.
Gotcha.
The seemingly only goal scorer they had in the playoffs.
Maurice Richard, who and then the next extension we have is also from a Canadian team, the Edmonton Oilers. This is a pretty big one, though. I think this also screws a couple teams who are hoping to get him. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, 8 years at $5.125 million per year. I think perfect deal, man.
That is the perfect deal. And
Perfect deal.
I think that's a great indication that the guys in Edmonton are confident in what they have. I think you see a guy like RNH get locked up in Edmonton for 8 years. I think that's huge. Not just for locking up a guy like that, but just what that says about his confidence for where the team's going. And I think
And the
that'll kind
teams.
of
And the team's confidence.
Yeah, and the team's
I know you
confidence in
said
him.
that, yeah.
So I think that's a great signing. Not only is it perfect, like AAV and term wise, I think it's just the perfect deal all around for that team.
I think
Yeah.
to be honest, when I first looked at that, I saw the 8 years that really stood out to me. My first thought was he did that so he can be getting, he knew he probably wasn't going to get 8 million
Yeah.
a year, especially at least if he did for not long. That's 41 million right there. To be honest, I looked at that and I saw that's a guy that just wants to get paid for a while. But I think you are definitely right though, where that also shows he's willing to sign 8 years in Edmonton. Hopefully there's a mutual I guess respect going both ways from management and to the players. But yeah, what about you, bro? What's your thoughts on little Nugie, little Hoppy?
No, I think it's good. I mean, I definitely was someone who thought
Nugie.
it'd be Nugie. I didn't think it would happen this soon, to be honest. I think we were maybe going to hear some stuff over the course of the next few weeks about teams talking to him and stuff. But I mean, you guys both said it great. It shows the confidence that this team has in not just him, but each other, and the confidence he has and everyone else there. That he's willing to spend the next 8 years there.
Yeah, maybe that was my naive take on it. Maybe
I think
because
was just
Raph, that makes good sense too. Like it's a guy that if he goes somewhere else, he might not have as much success. Like he's not going to get his money. So maybe it is he's just trying to make his money, try to get paid for what he thinks he's worth. But
you see the best though. You see the best.
I
and
do.
You see the happy side. I love the sunshine and rainbows coming your way. I'm gonna bring the rain clouds and thunder.
You're the
just to balance
realist.
it out.
You're
Yeah,
the devil's
realist.
advocate, and I get that.
Have to.
I need that though. I need that dark side.
Yin and yang, and then Brett is our
Mediator.
Brett's no,
the
we're
arbitrator.
We're yin and yang. Brett's the panda that fucks around too.
I'm the little dot on both sides.
Yeah,
The little dot that each side has.
I have a
Yeah.
question though for you too. Was he, because like you said, you brought up how this is a little early, Brett, for this signing. Was he restricted? Because that's the only way
I
that
don't
this would
think
make
so.
sense. Because he's 27, so he wouldn't be restricted. But isn't that why would they sign him now instead of leaving him a UFA so that he can't get picked up by the Kraken? They can protect somebody else. It kind of just seems like they waste an expansion slot. You see what I'm saying? Because now that he's signed, they have to protect him.
He was UFA.
So then, yeah,
Says
I don't
Edmonton
understand.
Oilers signed him to the deal before he would have reached unrestricted free agency this offseason.
I don't understand that then in the slightest.
Yeah.
Because that just wasted a spot.
Huh.
Maybe they already had their minds made up. Maybe they knew they were going to protect him anyway, and they just wanted to. I don't know.
Alrighty, well that's all I got. My brain is fired.
I mean,
Yeah,
I was gonna
I don't
say
know.
like the 7 forwards that they would protect, like including him, like, is there 7 that they like want to protect? Like, I don't know how to word the question I'm asking, but like,
Well, they could do
you know what I'm
Gretzky,
getting at?
Messier, Curry, Archibald,
Gaetan Haas.
Hemsky. They can do Hemsky. I can't
Those
think
names
of any
make me
Edmonton Oilers
nostalgic.
forwards. Can't name any other Edmonton Oilers I'd protect.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Leo the Lion.
Like, you
Who?
mean like Leon Draisaitl, or like,
Who's that?
I don't know. I think he's like in the A or something.
Is he the guy
He's-
that,
yeah,
that makes cologne?
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice man, nice. Yeah, man. You guys have any bits to go off of?
No, buddy, you're the bit guy. That's new to me.
I need fucking help, Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
So how about
I got
airplane food?
It's too dry.
We're in a heat wave right now.
Oh yeah, talk about dry. It is anything
Fucking
but outside right
hot.
now.
Yeah, dude.
It's like
Jesus
96 and 2,000% humidity.
Christ.
Mhm.
It sounds like your girl's pants.
Oh, come on, bud.
The weather
Come on.
guys are mad.
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
Boy.
Oh my
God. I was thinking too, like, in just terms of like content and like pod stuff, like I feel like instead of like a music, like in the beginning of every episode, we should like record a theme song.
Like karaoke style?
Nah, man, like full on trap shit.
All black hoodie.
That could be in the bonus epi.
Do we have that? Do
We'll
we still
get-
have?
I think I still have it. As soon as we're done recording right
Yeah.
now, I will check.
When we get
immediately.
when
I'll
we get a
send it to you guys if I still have
Patreon,
it.
when we get a Patreon, that's the first thing we talk about is the history of All Black
Oh
Hoodie.
my God.
But for right
Um,
now, All Black Hoodie is a top secret project.
top secret. FBI, IB,
Yes.
CIA.
Yes.
Um,
But yeah, no, we can definitely
Mhm.
think about that and recording a little theme song, and
Yeah.
Make it special.
we'll
to us.
touch
I
upon
like
that
I like
Yeah.
that.
later. But
Sometimes, man.
yeah,
man.
sometimes
I
you
get
just
it.
sometimes.
I get
Well,
it.
I was just wondering if either of you like sometimes whatever, like maybe if you ever wanted to have the chance of maybe doing yeah.
You know, I've thought it.
Maybe, possibly.
But only if it almost gets there. You know what I mean?
Sort of.
Yeah. So like kinda.
Yeah, Brett, what ever you?
Yeah, no, sometimes I just like kind of think about like the back, and it's just like,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I go do it.
Yeah. No, I get
And
no,
yeah.
like because like what you're saying is how like potentially there is like that chance of the sometime to ever be.
But only
Yes.
maybe. But only maybe.
But like that's only if that's only that sometimes possibly that you ever to be.
Sometimes, yeah, if you like think up, and then sometimes it does the
So everybody, episode 27 of Buddy Pass Podcast clearly is coming to an end. Who knows if our brains will work for 28, but that's the beauty of Wednesday. You'll find out then and there. Till then, everybody have a great weekend. 4th of July as well. Just
Peace.
remember,
Be
the
safe.
only thing more American. No,
Come on,
try.
be safe.
Think about being safe. I'll
Drink
say that. Think about it.
responsibly.
Give it a shot.
Eat a
Drink-
cheeseburger.
You fat lard.
You fat fuck. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. 4th of July weekend. Just celebrate things, man. I don't even care if you celebrate the country. Just celebrate something. Celebrate what you believe in.
Celebrate
hit the-
life.
Hit the dance floor. I want to see send in your boogie down submissions, and we'll post them on the gram for our
I
millions
like that.
of followers.
I like that. Put on
Yeah.
your favorite NHL team apparel and boogie
Mhm.
down.
Yeah.
Have
The
fun.
more-
Send us a video of you in your NHL apparel
Uh-huh.
on the 4th of July,
Mhm.
representing your team, representing your
Mhm.
country, and
Mhm.
just fucking getting down to it.
The
And
more
we'll put it on the
Bring
gram.
it down.
the more skin that we see, though, the higher chance of winning this contest you have.
Careful with that.
Well, I'm just saying, you got to teeter the line as much as you want, man. You don't cross the line, but a little G-string never hurt nobody. Anyways, everybody, seriously enjoy your weekend. Take the time off for work. Who gives a fuck? This is the longest fucking outro of all fucking time. Let's just leave. All right, everyone, be safe, have fun.
Yep.